Swamp Rebellion featuring Brandon Stouff, director of the upcoming movie Dear Kate.
Smooth as butter. Welcome back to the DSR.
You make my thighs moist and not in a sexual way. Is that weird?
It's not butter, it's margarine. You're welcome.
You know what else is very odd? Is when I was in my 20s, I was into much, much older women, and I literally dated a woman named Margarine. Not Marjorie, Margarine.
Well, does the carpet match the drapes?
Wow. Yes.
That's beautiful. Well, welcome back, you saucy cats and kittens. This is Tyler from the DSR Dank Swamp Rebellion.
We have another guest. Can you believe this? It's been fucking crazy, dude. Like all season we've had a guest. And again we have a guest.
It's like they find our studio.
We have a navigation beacon for our guests.
It's the DSR bat signal up in the sky. And it's like my text message resonates with all these super awesome guests that we've been having. And
you think that's what it is, that they're all attracted to you?
Yeah, I can't help it.
Yeah, you're still as vain as you've always been, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for that. But we have Brandon Stouff with us, and he is actor, director, producer, singer, dancer, world famous chef, poodle wrangler extraordinaire.
Which one of those are true? Hey,
all of them.
He has a very long resume.
It took me 6 weeks to read it.
I know.
Yeah,
it's very long, but it also comes with those full-length pictures, those fold-outs, which is pretty awesome. I think Dave LeBlanc was looking for those type of pictures for that calendar.
Thank you.
But man, stoked to have you here and welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Are you and Hick Jeremy like in a certain beard club, or
he's in the beard club?
Is it an underground thing that I wasn't aware of?
Maybe.
I need to get on this trip, dude.
You're out of the loop, homie.
I try to make mine grow out, but I don't. The beard stuff doesn't work on me. Like, you know how you use the beard oil and all. Right. You use that stuff or no?
Yeah.
See, I try it. There's a beard cream I like. It's by Beard Guys. That stuff's nice, but beard oil just feels weird.
Well, I do hear you have to use margarine.
Oh yeah, like my ex Elaine.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was cool too because every now and again. I would go on dates with her, and they would let us have lunch at the old folks' home in the little dining room area. So that was pretty nice. And I'd get my 30 minutes with her, and then they'd like, all right, visitation's over, and then I'd have to leave.
Man, that almost that painted a real picture for me.
It was.
And I'm gonna turn it into an NFT, non-fungible token. So
Brandon, what you been working on, man?
My car.
Yeah.
No.
Is it a Mini Cooper?
It is. How'd you know? Right now we're in the middle of making a feature-length film here in the home area.
Awesome. Very cool.
It's called Dear Kate.
It is.
I didn't notice.
Who is the star of this? Is there a star or is it multiple stars?
Well, it is an ensemble cast, but if I had to say my lead protagonist is played by a young lady out of Houma named Brianna Locasio.
Locasio? Okay. Shout out to you. Congratulations on that.
How's she doing? And she's fantastic. She's fabulous. I couldn't have picked a better Kate for the Dear Kate story.
So we got to see a little bit of this. Of course, Tyler doesn't turn his fucking phone off during a podcast after 60 something episodes.
Yeah, but that is it's big business. Sorry. Yeah.
We also got Hick Jeremy in there, which is really cool.
Love Hick.
Totally dig that. You showed us a little clip. She's the young brunette girl
Yes.
that's at the bar.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, she's got a. So has she acted in anything?
She studied theater acting here in home at a stage.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a theater school right there by Vanderbilt. But yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's what's up.
this is her first film project.
She has a very good flow.
She does.
She does. It's very natural flow. I like that.
Oh, I love her. to
It
death.
doesn't feel forced at all, and I like that because I feel in a lot of budding actors and actresses sometimes you'll find that.
She has
in
the
that
drive
realm.
of a new, on the grind also, and you could tell.
When a person lets it all go and just lets it happen, that's the best one.
Oh, absolutely,
I love
absolutely.
that. Who on the set is your favorite person, and who is your least favorite person?
By name, last name, and
And
phone.
reason why.
My favorite person would be Terry because she's my wife.
Good call.
Good call.
Yeah, that's the sauce right there.
I have no favorites on set. I love everybody that's been a part of this project. I couldn't do it without them. So it's a very team collaborative effort, and everybody's important.
That's awesome.
Now, I'm sure you've gotten the question of how long you've been in production, but what I want to know is how long have you had the story for Dear Kate?
Okay. The story for Dear Kate started development in 2015. Yeah. I went film a live event at Anella's in Houma. The thing called Heaven and Hell they do once a month. They were doing it before COVID stuff happened. And I went to one of the programs because my cousin plays music and they live band stuff. So I went and checked it out. I like the feels and like groovy, like art house kind of feel.
Yeah.
It was really laid back and chilled. So I talked to the guy who put it on and said, hey, he said next month was his season finale. So I said, hey, if you don't mind, would you mind me coming and record it for you? So sure, whatever. So the next one time I went, I came with all my equipment, and I'm bringing like 3-4 cameras, lights, all the equipment in there. And the guy who usually films it with a little DSLR camera, just raw footage, he's seen it. And he's like, after the show was over, he's like, hey, I got a script for a film I want to do. You interested? I'm like, sure, send me the script and we'll go from there. Long story short, he sent me the information. It wasn't the script. It was more like notes. Said, well, I'll help you format this right and structure it, everything. And then great guy, don't get me wrong, but he was too much for him to handle.
Fair enough.
Right? Mm-hmm. He knew that. He had some personal things going on in his life as well. So I said, hey, if you give me a base here, kinda, we're gonna take it over from you. You do what you gotta do, we'll take over this. So we took this quote unquote story from him, which really wasn't a story, and we stripped it all the way down to 4 characters, and that was it. And I just built it back up from there.
Dude, that's such a fun way to work. I find that if someone, we were saying earlier before we started our recording, was when you have free roam of what to create, it's polarizing. It's so hard to start on something. It's almost like a stare down. But whenever you have like an outline or a direction to go into, it's so much easier to just build on that story or those characters. And once it's established, it just makes that experience as a creative in general a lot more flowy than work, right?
Right. Now, like I said before, like I say we stripped it down. We stripped it down to nothing. There might be, out of all the entire project now, the entire script now, there may be 1, 2, maybe 3 scenes
that are from the original outline.
Yeah. But that's it. Everything else has been totally. And I kept them because they fit. What we built up from basically scratch. But even so, like even though what we have now is nowhere near what he had.
Yeah.
He
literally took that and ran the fuck with it.
Right. But like I said, I did a podcast interview with him. He started trying to host one, whatever. And he asked to interview me for that. And he talked about it. He's super cool with me. I got his blessings. He's super excited about what we're doing with it. And even though he's not physically part of it anymore,
Yeah.
he's still getting credit for story by.
For sure.
You know, because if it wasn't for him who approached me that one night, this project wouldn't even get started. You know, so he's a big part of it. You know, I had after we took it over, it was me, another guy, and the instructor at the stage theater school. We got together and started fleshing it out. So we have like 4 story by people get credit for it. You know, so that's how I am. Like, you help me out, you getting credit for it.
That's how it's supposed to be, man. That's really what it is. And I think that that's a part of where we come from, too. Because it's not like if next week we hit some kind of plateau where we're doing some amazing shit that's, you know, highly successful. I can't see how our mentality is ever going to change when it comes to crediting and building network and, you know, just in general collaboration. And that's how it should be, man. And I really think that that stands apart from most, which is awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
I just dig the fact that you're pulling talent from all over the state, man. And that's freaking awesome. And you're shooting at local places, which is really cool. And like I said, thanks for fucking up traffic, man.
That was not me, okay? Promise you, that was not me.
But, you know, I guess it's like anything else, you know. As a musician, it was just kind of something I just started doing one day. I don't remember a time when I was like, hey, I want to be a musician. I just was a musician, and I started playing things and learning how to play instruments. But at what point do you say, I want to be a director?
Well, y'all know I'm from this area, so music is big around here. So I was really big into the music scene in high school and stuff like that. I was in a band in high school. We played local bars and stuff like that. But anyway, I went off and joined the military. So I was in the military for like 9 years. And I came back home. It's like, I want to do something artistic, but I want it to be challenging. And at the time, I didn't know very many people who did movies here locally. You know, they might have some people like Hollywood might come in to do some scenes for a movie, like The Butler and stuff like that. But I didn't know of any actual filmmakers locally. Not saying they didn't have any, but I didn't know of any. And then to go even further, to rewind that a little bit. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandfather. Like, he loved movies. Matter of fact, one of my school projects was about how I got into my field of cinematography and filmmaking and stuff like that. It was based on him and his relationship. Like, every weekend we go to the rental store, rent some movies, and watch them all weekend. He had a stack of VHS tapes from floor to ceiling. You know, that's how he loved movies. You know,
Man, that reminds me of my pap. It was the same thing with him. It was especially we would always rent from remember Top 10 Video in Lockport. Yeah, man, we would rent the Black Bass Nintendo game. He loved to play that for some reason. It's weird. That was the only thing my grandfather would play was the Black Bass game.
Yeah, so like I said, a lot of my experiences with my grandfather was watching movies like old westerns and stuff like that. The old Batman. I'm talking like 1930s Batman, not
the good
that
stuff.
Yeah, no, and he bought a VHS camcorder thing. We go try out these stupid special effects things, like me walking with a board, and all of a sudden I'm walking the other side too. Those kind of things, just stupid things like that we do. So
that's awesome.
So it all started from basically my relationship with him.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's really cool. I think there's a pivotal point in every artist's life where they start to, I guess, bridge the connection with what I want to do with myself with what I'm exposed to. And I had a similar one like that too. No one in my family plays music at all, but I have a few artists that's in my family. And one day I went into like a pawn shop and I wanted a guitar, and I ended up like convincing one of my parents to be able to let me have like a fucking $78 shitty acoustic guitar that the action was literally an inch off the fretboard. And I played this thing relentlessly right-handed. I'm a left-handed guitar player, so I played it upside down. Jimi
That's
Hendrix.
how my father-in-law plays.
He loves
That's
to put that
crazy.
in your face too. I'm a left-handed guitarist. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
fuck,
it's
fuck,
so much cooler than right.
I have to pay more for my shit than you do.
And it'll have nearly as many options. Yeah, it's fucking great. But yeah. So I learned upside down on a really shitty acoustic, and they saw that I was just playing on this thing for like 6 hours a day type thing. And I think it's one of those things where you could just completely get lost in it
Absolutely.
and learn in the wormhole of everything about it. And it sounds like a similar experience from what you had with your grandpa. And that's super cool that it seems like it's an artist's journey to have that type of thing, but at the same time, a cultural journey for us in general of how, our parents and grandparents used to be around here too.
So when you were in the military, you were in the Navy, right?
Correct.
And that was what, like almost 10 years, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
How was the military? How do you feel like and you don't have to answer this, but I just thought it'd be cool to ask. How was the military then compared? Because that was like what, 2000, early 2000s compared to what it is now.
Different.
I'm sure, because the reason why I ask is because in the 90s during Desert Storm, my uncle was one of the tank operators out there, and from there to 10 years later, I'm sure it was extremely different, and from there to now is probably worse. But do you have any like crazy experiences when you served?
Crazy experiences. I was there when we first started shooting off the rockets and stuff over there. I never forget it because I worked on helicopters in the Navy, right? And it was on the flight deck.
You were an AP mechanic?
I was an aviation electrician.
Oh, cool.
That's what I was doing. So yeah.
So you were worth some money.
I'm priceless. Anyway, no, but I'll never forget. It was on the flight deck of the ship we was on. I was working on what they call radome, the radar cover at the bottom of the helicopter, and we seen from the submarines around us, tomahawks and stuff flying off, whatever they were shooting, but missiles flying out the water. We run down to the mess decks, the cafeteria area, and like watch the TV, and the news is on. It's like, that was probably us. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
And then one time I was out there in the Persian Gulf. I don't know what year it was, but I worked at night on the ship a lot. And I woke up one afternoon to get ready for my shift, and I go outside to smoke a cigarette in the smoking area. And as soon as the door opened up, they were yelling at us, like, "Get back inside! Get back inside!" There was at gun quarters, an Iranian Iranian boat coming towards us. Like,
Should probably finish this Joe real quick.
I'm gonna finish this Joe and shit all at the same time.
It'll be the best.
Yeah, because it
Holy
may be
fuck.
my last shit. My god.
they turned though, so nothing happened. But it's just the idea. But
Yeah. But you never know.
Oh.
I watched that fucking shit with the Somali pirates grabbing Tom Hanks. I worry about shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I don't fish too far offshore. You just never know.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna see out there, man.
So, dear Kate, what is the estimated time of arrival?
TBD. We're still in the middle of production right now, so we're probably about halfway or so with production. So I have to be done shooting by June, middle of June, and then we still got post-production stuff to go, which we started rough cutting some of the stuff, but the things we shot so far tie into things we haven't shot yet, so I kind of like, I'm at a standstill with some of it, but it's a work in progress, and I would hope it would be on the film festival circuit sometime later this year.
Okay, awesome. So it gives you at least a peace of mind to have some type of deadline to be able to put it out where it needs to go, to get it in front of as many eyeballs as possible.
Yeah, I have a friend on Facebook, and we talked. You ever seen that app Clubhouse? It's a newer social media kind of thing, but it's like people talk to each other instead of like writing. It's like groups you get into.
Okay.
But I was talking to her the other night, and she does film festival things. She helps you get in film festivals, and I'm gonna work with her about what film festivals to get into, which ones to stay away from, and stuff like that. So it's a work in progress.
Some guidance.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, dude. Like, from what we've seen, what you let us get a peek of, I'm really excited for it, man. And
I feel like hot shit, dude, because that's twice. That's 2 times in 2 weeks we get to see behind the scenes shit that's not even released yet. I feel like I'm hot shit. And I'm not telling. You hear me?
I let you see that every time we do a session, though.
Yeah, but this is so much better.
Yeah, it is. We didn't have to do it. And it's awesome. Because
It
we
is.
could never do this shit
is.
either.
It is.
Yeah, bro. I'm so stoked for you guys. And, like, from what I've seen so far, the drama that hits me right in the face from the get-go, from the first shot, it's...
Yeah, because at the end, whenever she walks away, I'm thinking to myself, well, is he going to follow? What's going to happen? Or what happens? And then...
You already gave too much away, homie.
Did I really? I'm sorry. Sorry.
I am quite secretive about this project.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't say another word. Look at this. Look at this.
This is DSR with Tyler only tonight.
6 feet under.
Good band. Good band and good show. Not the same, though. But
Yeah, none of that happened. I made all that up.
No, you're fine.
That's super cool, though, man. I'll love to see awesome cinematography work. Like,
That's the hardest thing for me.
I appreciate BRoll that cuts right into fucking the story.
It's hard to get solid B-roll.
Oh,
Why
man.
is that so hard for people? I don't understand. I mean, and I say that like I'm able to do it.
So what does
I'm
it?
telling you what I want, and this is what I want every fucking time.
So what does it take to get good B-roll?
For me, when I shoot B-roll, I shoot a lot of random shit. Pardon my French, but random stuff. And if it fits, it fits. I mean, there's a lot of things we shoot that get in the cutting room floor. No, so,
Yeah, okay.
But for that particular scene, y'all seen, yeah. But it was
I think it's seeing y'all see.
the scene that y'all saw. But anyway,
I've seen Saw.
The movie? Oh, that skill saw. You ever seen that? It's right after the jigsaw one.
No, but that because you've seen it, it was pretty easy to get the B-roll for that. It's the typical B-roll you would see in that location. So
Is that from just training, or is that just from the eye that you get from experience? And where's the artistry mix into that?
I think it's a little bit of all of it, really, in all honesty. It is a visual medium. So I strongly believe in show, don't tell when it comes to filmmaking. If I could show you something without telling it to you verbally, then I'm going to do that.
That's cool.
You know?
Yeah.
No, there's certain things in the project, in the film, that I don't just come out and say, hey, this is happening right now. I'm going to show it to you in a certain kind of way. No, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
It does.
Yeah.
A little insert of something in a purse, if we will play a factor later on or stuff like that. The visual cues.
Calling cards
Yeah.
or throwbacks, or like the big one in Sixth Sense where everything was red. That was a clue. Things like that.
And speaking of that, I drew some inspiration from that movie based on for color. I'll give you, for instance, our main character wardrobe colors are not by accident. They were all planned what color that each character is based on their personalities and stuff like that.
See, that's the type of detail that we don't get to, I guess, without commentary.
Yeah, because we sit here in our drawers mostly and just smoke cigarettes.
our medium is the audio
So
version.
we don't give a shit what we wear. That's amazing. Like,
That's cool
man,
as
that's something
shit.
I would have never thought about, that you actually. And there's one thing that I hate, okay, and I find it a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just recently I'm watching the new Jumanji because I had nothing better to do in my life, and which I do like. I'm not shit, but all of a sudden you see a camera guy hiding in the hole of a tree while they're running through the jungle. Like, you blatantly saw him. And I was just like, continuity errors really, really irked the fuck out of me, bro. And just the whole thing. If it's, to me, if it looks good, I can get away with a lot of things. One of the reasons why I like the musical Across the Universe so much is because it was visually appealing the way it was shot, right? And it's the same thing with that scene. Just that little scene you showed us, it was shot really cool, man. That's awesome. Like, I really want to. I cannot wait to see the rest.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Oh,
And also, he's going to make a movie. It's called The Diary of Gravant Mayer. A man on a shrimp boat by himself. He's doing it all. That's the whole title, too. Triating, packing, the whole night. That's the whole title, Bam. It's a long title, but I want it.
Can I narrate it?
You can navigate that all you want. I don't give a shit.
Let me give it a shot. In a world where Gravant Mayer decides
Nope,
to
wrong
take
voice.
his ship.
wrong voice. I need the sultry voice from earlier.
Oh, the sexy one?
Yes.
The ASMR voice. It's when he's rubbing his Pokemon all over your face. Whatever the fuck that means.
In a world like that one. The margarine.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Margarine. Rest in peace from kidney failure.
Dude,
You
that's
old bitch.
that's something I like to dissect though. Is I don't know if that's
It's amazing to me. It really is.
statistic-
It really is.
like type thing that I just like nitty gritty details of shit or whatever. Like, how much of you as an artist is the artist mixed in with experience, mixed in with learning? And perfect answer, it's all of them, right?
And how much of it is it not learning that you just have a natural spiritual ability to do something awesome just because you're you?
I would call that the artist part.
And that's the part that I respect the most is the ones that are fluid, where it's natural to them, because you can always tell when it's forced talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Definitely
really can.
You can always tell the Michael Jacksons of the world where your dad put out cigarettes on you to greatness. So
That should be a t-shirt. Put cigarettes out on me until I'm great.
that's Trump's next running campaign. Put cigarettes out on me until I'm great again.
It's kind of beautiful, man, when
It
you
is.
think about it.
I will cut that because we're in no politics season this season. So, and we, especially with our fartsy people that come in that are like us, we don't want to have any side.
You leave that in because it's good. And you cut this out. Or leave all of it because
I'm good with that.
listener land loves this.
Yeah.
Miguel, shout out to you, homie.
Thanks again for listening to the Dank Swamp Rebellion. Tune in Saturday for part 2 with Brandon Stouff, director of upcoming movie Dear Kate.